I never wanna go broke again. Big mansion in a villa. Move my mom from the ends. Ukanda malafika sofa. I never wanna go broke again. Two paintings in the beamer. Move my mom from the ends. Me, I wanna live forever. Mama, 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 lafika sofa. Mama, 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 lafika sofa.
Alright guys, it's Taju and Rene, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our channel, and we're doing today about sex tourism in the Gambia. Now, to start with, this video is not to offend anyone. It's our own opinion and then the researches that are available. So in case anyone takes it personally, it's just an opinion. And we had someone made a comment to talk about things like this in the Gambia as well. So that's why we are going to answer a few questions about the issues about sex tourism in the Gambia. So, and yeah, as you can see, she's eating, but she'll be able to answer questions. So are we ready for the questions, or do you want to say something?
Yes, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so very much for viewing, and sorry that I have to eat because I was actually doing some barbecue, but then because it was getting dark, so I decided to eat while I do this video. I'm not being greedy, but you can have some. Please, if you're new to my channel, subscribe, like and share. I really need my 1K by December, if not 2K. So thank you so very much for tuning in. And just like my brother said, Taju, it's all about our own opinion. So you can add in the comment box down below. You can actually say your thoughts about sex tourism. And also, we've basically split this topic into two by talking about adult sex tourism in the Gambia, because I know some people will comment about underage sex tourism. That's also another topic that we will be talking about, which is child sex tourism. And now we're going to start. So the questions are being asked by someone else. So yes, you can dive right in with the first question.
Right, so the first question is sex tourism a bad thing, considering it's consenting adults participating in transactional sex? Do you want to answer that?
You can start first.
Okay. That's a bit of a touchy bit. Okay. In my own opinion, I would say at a grander scale, yes, it is, because if a country is known for sex tourism, it kind of every other aspect of that country gets ignored in tourism, because everything that people will be concentrating about is that destination. Let's say for the Gambia, is all about sex tourism. It's all about sex. That's the whole reason why tourists are going to the Gambia, even though we have so many beautiful beaches, so many beautiful ancestral places like the Stone Circle, hotels and tourist attraction in the Gambia, like Kunta Kinte Islands, and then Fort Blen at Barra, and there are so many more in the Gambia that I can't even name them all. So in a sense, sex tourism, it can have an impact on all of those, because people will be, instead of people learning about that or wanting to know about that, all they'll be focusing on will be sex tourism. But at the same time, with the question, consenting adults, so if adults have the consent, if they both agree to do whatever they want, I think in another way that's up to them. But I'm just saying, if sex tourism gets so big in the Gambia that it eclipses everything else, I would say that's a really bad thing for the country. I think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
where you take from that.
I agree with Taju, because sex tourism, it's bad. It's a no-no for me. The reason why I said so, it's because Gambia, it's our country. It's the smiling coast of Africa, and it's been named the smiling coast of Africa for a reason. And if now our country is actually painted as sex tourism, that's something completely wrong. It's basically giving everyone that image that if you introduce yourself to someone and said, oh, I'm from Gambia, the first thing that clicks on their head is, oh, our country is actually a sex tourism country. Because I've had that experience in college when a guy actually said to me, oh, he actually asked me because he didn't realize I was Gambian. Then we got into that conversation and I said to him, oh, I'm actually Gambian. The first thing he said to me was, oh, my mom actually has friends that are from Gambia, but Gambian, sorry to say, but Gambian women love sex. I swear to God, that's the first thing he said to me. I got offended, and then he said to me, sorry, yeah, if you're actually offended, but my mom actually has friends that are Gambians, and you don't even need to give them much money to basically sleep with them. They love money so much that it's like they don't really value the amount that you give them. As long as it's money, which this is basically, it's basically part of the package of sex tourism. It doesn't matter whether this person is actually in the Gambia, living in the Gambia, or outside Gambia, but this is basically what Gambians have actually, well, most Gambian ladies and male as well have actually made themselves to be. And yes, when you're an adult, it's your choice to live how you want to live your life. But these people need to consider the young youths that are actually growing up, because they will be vulnerable basically from what they're actually seeing. And I'm not going to blame the people that are coming to our country for specifically for sex tourism, but there's so many things that they can actually do. You can go there for shopping, you can go there for sightseeing, you can go there for food, you can go there for the culture, you can go there for religion, you can go there for so many things rather than just one single thing. And I'm not gonna say yes, because I did say because adults can actually do what they want because they know what's good and bad. There's so many jobs that you can do out there rather than giving yourself out to men. You can basically sell even the lowest.
The thing though, it's not just men. Like
it's not just men. Even like, females are actually going there for sex tourism. So
you got like the old white ladies going there who are like 60, 65, or even older than that.
Yeah, they're going there
to find partners.
To find partners. Either it's with the opposite sex or the same sex. It's happening, and which is not basically right. So yes, that's my.
Yeah, I think we're ready for the next.
Yes.
Okay, so the second question is sex tourism as prevalent in the Gambia as people make it out to be?
The thing is, I doubt that, because I've recently seen on the newspaper, I think it's on the Sunday Times, and people were very upset, especially in the Gambia, the way they make it out. The thing is, Gambia is not a unique situation, and it's not the first country, because even in Europe, in America, wherever you go, sex tourism
everywhere.
Even in Asia, sex tourism is a huge thing. Even in Thailand, that's what they're known for. So the thing is, we don't want Gambia to have that image. That's what I'm trying to project out here. We don't want Gambia to be known for sex tourism, and it's not that major, because I've been to Gambia on holidays. People have got families in Gambia and living in Gambia, and then I've actually never come across anyone that complains about that. Like, oh my God, like nowadays it's all about sex tourism. It's all about like the ladies all over the place, or the ladies all over the place, or the tourists coming down just for sex. I've seen tourists, people that go to Gambia just to enjoy the sightseeing, go to Gambia just to enjoy the culture, like enjoy the experience of being a Gambian, taking like the local transportation, taking videos and cameras. I've never seen anyone just say, like, or everyone saying, oh, I'm just here for the sex, or taking videos, or making a YouTube channel, or stories about that specific thing. All I'm saying, I'm not saying that sex tourism is not a thing in Gambia, but it's not as huge as the stories are making it. So that's what I think.
I do agree, but also disagree. I'm not sure whether you do go out a lot, but if you do, you will basically bump into some people that are actually doing prostitution. And this is not just female, but also male. So for example, I do go out to bars and restaurants most of the time while I'm in Gambia, and they can tell that you're actually from a different country, so from basically one of the Western countries. And men will actually approach you. They will approach you not because you're beautiful, not because they basically want to be with you, but it's I can't. It's because of the money, and also the belief that if they basically be with you, they can actually, you'll basically take them. Basically travel back with them. That's what they'll believe. So men will actually throw themselves to older women.
As soon as they see you, knowing that you're from a different country, it's an opportunity.
So they're actually called the opportunists. That's how I would actually call them. And also the females are all over. I have basically witnessed so many times that I'll be walking down the road, street in Senegambia, and the minute a girl sees me coming, basically walking down with another friend of mine, straight away they will grab the man's hand, like their man hand, because they're actually thinking, oh, I might actually take that guy away from them. Straight away I can tell this person is not a good person, because it's either they've just hunted this man, or this guy have actually just hunted them and they're actually going to a hotel. Straight away you can just tell straight. As a female, I know I can tell when I see a good person and a bad person, especially when it comes to girls. So that's also one other thing. And I've also experienced, this is actually the negative experience that I've experienced, things to do with basically prostitution in the Gambia. There was a time that I was actually with my dad in the car, so I got off the car to actually go and buy credit, which is top up for my phone. And what basically happened was that the minute they actually saw me getting off the car, because they saw me, they didn't do any reaction till I actually went in the shop. And then what they did was walk towards my dad's car, and all they had was just a mini dress which had buttons or zips. So all they did was just open it, and then they had to basically flash themselves to my dad, and all they had underneath that was just bra and underwear. So, and the other one came towards my dad and pretended to basically ask for example, Lamin, oh, is that you, Lamin? And then my dad had to basically say to him, no. And then she was like, oh, are you waiting for someone? My dad said, yes, I'm waiting for that lady coming. The minute they saw me, that's when they moved from the car, because they didn't realize, oh, this guy actually is with a lady, whether that's his girlfriend or wife or daughter, they were not sure, but my dad was actually with someone. So all this actually, when people, let's say people from a different country come to our country and they experience things like that, they will then picture Gambia in a different way, because those people have given them that kind of experience. You understand what I mean? And also, those people might actually not get it that it's not just Gambians, because most of these people are actually people from different countries that have actually came to our country to live and basically start a new life. Basically, they could be Senegalese, they could be Fritonians, they could be Nigerians, they could be Ghanaians, they could be Gambians, they could be Guineans, they could be anyone. So when they say sex tourism, it doesn't really mean exactly the Gambians, just because that person is actually
not to interrupt with that, but that's what I'm saying. Like when they say sex tourism, and the headline will say sex tourism in the Gambia, and then they will say Gambian, they won't specify. It will be Gambians. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's not fair. Because when they say Gambians or when they say Gambia, it doesn't matter where you're from or whether the person doing it or the people that engage into it mostly are Gambians or not. Because it says Gambia. And if anyone reads it, they will say it's the Gambia and it's the Gambians. That's what I'm trying to say. I think they need to do more research. That's what I'm saying. And they need to speak to actual Gambian people, rather than just jumping into conclusion and making up the stories.
I know what you mean.
But from what you said,
then again, sorry guys, it's not like I'm against Gambians. Me myself, I'm Gambian, but there are good Gambians and there are bad Gambians. In every country that you go, sex tourism is not just in our country. Sex tourism is everywhere in the world. Whether it's in the Western world, whether it's Africa, Asia, it's everywhere. America, everywhere you go, there is. But there is a mentality in our country which is semesters. Semesters is basically kind of like tourist, really. Gambian girls, I'm specifically talking about Gambian girls, especially December. When is December? Girls basically think that whatever they have, they actually have to spend their money on lipstick, makeup, good extensions, Brazilian hair, Portuguese hair, whatever hair that they have to grab on, do their fake nails, their lashes, like brushes, whatever, like just to look good and fake for men, because they know that all this, or men and females are actually coming and they need to look good to grab. This is their time. That's why I call them the opportunists, because November, December, January is the time for them to grab their fish. Whatever they can grab in the sea, that's theirs. And they could go to, what is that called? Is it voodoo people or juju?
Marabou.
Yeah, to the marabouts, to basically have better opportunity where they will spend so much money to basically either the charm would be put into their lipsticks, so that when they rub it on their lips, the first guy that they kiss that night and do one night stand, that guy will never let go of them. Things like that. They do all sorts of crazy things. I see that as sex tourism as well, because whether that guy will end up getting married to you or not, you are throwing yourself to that guy. You're not basically playing hard to get to that guy. So men at the end wouldn't basically value Gambian ladies. And this basically just doesn't mean Gambian ladies as well. But I'm specifically saying Gambian ladies that are actually doing it. I'm not talking about the foreigners that are coming to our country, but Gambian ladies are actually doing this. Because I've actually had a friend that actually said to me once, oh, we have up to 2, 3. She ended up getting pregnant and she didn't even realize, like she didn't know who got her pregnant. So this is the things that I'm actually saying to you. And what this basically means that is, she basically said to me, us Gambian girls don't have one boyfriends anymore. We have 2 to 3. It's all part of sex tourism. It's all part of the same net. So sex tourism is a huge thing, even though, and the thing is with Gambia, daytime you cannot see them, it's nighttime. So you really can't say, like, I can basically have a best friend and not know this girl is actually in it, yeah, basically part of it. Because yes, I think I've basically said what I had to say about it.
Yep. I think we can get to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the final question. It's a long one. So the question is, should businesses in the tourism sector, such as bars, restaurants and hotels, play a role in stopping sex tourism? And if yes, what can they do to contribute in the fight against sex tourism? By the way, feel free to say no if you disagree.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no, because
Why?
the thing is, it's not because it's the easy answer. It's just that how can you tell who's sexual? I know you said that you've got experience and you can tell, but then again, the businessman, they've got their business to run.
They're not there to concentrate on who's a prostitute and who's not.
Yeah, who's not, and then who do you bring into their shop or not? If they just want to make money, and as a customer you're coming in, being a customer, you expect to be treated well. You expect to get the service that you are paying for. And if you want to eat, you come in, you're gonna eat because you've got the money and you're coming to eat. Unless let's say the bar or the restaurant or the hotel, they specifically say no prostitution or no sex workers or not anyone that deals with or links around the sex tourism thingy. If that's not the case, I don't think they can play any role, because they will have to welcome you, because either you are a Gambian or not, you are there for them to provide the service, and they are going to have to provide the services because you are paying them. So if I don't know what they can do to prevent that, or let's make it sponsoring maybe the government to come up with advertisements against it, or to come up with a law to ban it, or I don't know. I have no idea, man, because
Okay.
I find it hard to believe that they can come up with something.
Well, this is a very tough question, but I would say yes, they can. The only reason why I said yes, they can is because I'm not sure whether you know Joko. Well, it used to be a club.
It used to be, but it's no longer there anymore.
It's no longer there, but this nightclub was specifically for prostitutes. It wasn't for prostitutes, I think, at the beginning, but then prostitutes end up basically making that place their, basically took over that place. They end up making that place their head office. So if you basically want, whether a female or male, you just go there and you basically find the perfect match that you're looking for. But I think bars, restaurants, hotels, or these private houses actually play a big part in sex tourism, because a lot of these people have, like, is it bouncers or people that actually like advertisers, you know, this men that actually walks around or bring their tourist friends to a specific
tourist guides.
Or tourist guides or whatever. Bombsters, or pims, or So I must let's say most of these hotels, bars and restaurants actually pay these people to bring others to their to basically recommend their places to these tourists to go there. And maybe a tourist will say, actually, I'm here for a lady, or I want this, I want that. They will basically say, okay, this restaurant or this hotel, this bar have beautiful ladies, even the waitresses, or this, if you go, I'm going to talk to them, this, that. And these tourists will actually end up going there. And what then these pimps or bombsters will actually do is talk to the waitress or talk to the lady that is there, or they might have a friend that they will actually contact and basically bring these connections together. The hotel owner or the restaurant or the bar owner wouldn't basically be angry because they know that this person is actually bringing money into my business, so I'm not actually gonna say no. So these people can actually come there for whatever they want to do, so there's no control. And bars, restaurant, hotels, they can actually ask for IDs, even though people can actually make fake IDs. But hotels should always consider, should basically always think like, is this the right thing to actually make money? Because Gambia is actually known as the Islamic State,
Republic.
or the Republic of Islamic whatever.
I don't know. The thing is, that was the craziness of our previous president. But the thing is, I do get your point.
Yeah.
Gambia is a very traditional country.
And yes.
Even both, we've got Muslims and Christian, and they are very traditional. And I don't think either in Christianity or in Muslim that's allowed anyway. So I think you're right.
Yeah.
When it comes to culture, and when it comes to the way we perceive ourselves, that is wrong. It's very wrong, and then there should be something that we can do.
And also, sorry that I have to basically bring this, and because most of these hotels is actually owned by outsiders, so like by foreigners, this plays a big part, because those foreigners don't care about who actually comes in the hotel, but they care about the money, how much money is coming in. So they don't care if actually they have to bribe a lady or ladies to actually sit there and wait for men to actually come to that bar, restaurant or hotel. They don't care, as long as they're actually having money. And because I know some restaurants, bars, clubs or whatever, they will have securities by the door, and it's only specific people that will be allowed to go in those places. So every single hotel and bars, restaurant can actually adopt that system, because for example, Rio's, I've been there several times, and only decent people can actually go there. Decent people. If you're not decent, if you're a drunkard, if you're basically dressed in a certain way, you will not go in there, because your class is something that they don't want to basically build that image for Rios. So this is what I'm actually saying. Hotels, bars, restaurants can actually adopt something, some kind of a code that people will actually have to adopt. But some clubs that you go, you can see every single riffraffs. The club owners wouldn't actually care who actually goes in there. Like you yourself, would you actually go to what is that club called? Is it Joko?
Joko. It's no longer there, but no.
But would you actually go if that was
due to the
reputation? Because the owner allowed that. But would you actually go to Rio's?
Of course, I've been to Rio.
Yes, you will. And also expensive nightclubs like Big Apple. It's $2,000, something like that. Would you actually go there if you had the money? Because prostitutes wouldn't actually want to spend $2,000 just to go in. Yeah. So there are specific places, and I really forgot. I forgot this place that I've been to. It's $500 here as well, but it's only decent people. Even pictures, you can't take it in there. So there are hotels, nightclubs that have actually adopted this, that prostitutes are not allowed to go there unless you're one of those top high-class prostitutes that people don't actually know you are a prostitute. Then you can actually go there, but you know your nonsense, you won't actually take it in there. There's a specific way that you would behave in. So that's me. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm just thinking, because it's Gambia, this is not a solution. It's just like something that I read, because in Europe I think they've legalized prostitution to mitigate and control the sex tourism and all that. But I know the Gambia, they will never do that because
I thought Gambia
culturally-
prostitutes have like ID.
they do.
I think they do have license, don't
Really?
they? Is it just Europe?
I think that's just in Europe. I've never heard that. Well, they might.
I
I
thought-
might be wrong, but I'm just thinking because of Gambia, due to the culture and the way people are, I doubt we will allow that to legalize sex.
They shouldn't
or, like,
legalize it.
legalize prostitution. I don't think that will happen. But I'm just saying, if it was legalized, that might have a less or a negative impact on the country. But then again, it might end up being really huge and overtake everything else. So I think there needs to be more research done on this to find out like, what better solution or what better steps can be taken to prevent this.
The thing is, I have looked into this online, but there isn't like much information in regards to what the government is actually doing. All they do is just talk and bring up ideas of what they will do, but they will never implement it. So that's the problem as well with Gambia as well. So and I know a lot of African countries go through the same thing, even though if like, is it the police or something, when they actually see the prostitutes, you can get arrested for basically roaming around and stuff like that. That's the only thing that they've actually implemented. But apart from that, I don't think a guy, if that guy was to actually pick up a lady, that guy would get arrested for it. I don't think there's anything like that, because I think that should be something they should look into. I think in the UK, if you pick up a prostitute, you will get arrested you yourself. So that's something that they need to look into as well. And everyone needs to have an ID, and they need to show you on TV to show that this person is a prostitute, they have been arrested and stuff.
I don't know about
I
that.
think they should do that, because
I
people,
don't
because a
know.
lot of people hide daytime, but nighttime, that's when they come out. Daytime, they look like it's like they're so
But
good and loyal and stuff like that.
shaming them, though.
I know, but it's good so that people can learn from it. You know how criminals kill, and then they have to be shown on TV or news to show this person have done this, or they've basically sold drugs, or they've caught them with so much drugs. It's a crime to be a prostitute. That's what I think, and they should be treated the same because it's a crime. So yes.
I think I think that should sum it up about the video.
Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in today and watching this beautiful, amazing video. Please, guys, do not take it too personal, or don't take it personal at all. It's just a normal conversation we're having, and it's just our opinion. I know that I might say sensitive things that most of you wouldn't agree, but please comment down below and tell me what you liked about the video and what you didn't like, and show your own opinions there as well. Tell me more, because I don't know much about sex tourism in the Gambia. So what a specific person actually commented on my on one of my videos, so because I was talking about 5 things about Gambian women, and because I only focus on focus on positive things about Gambian women, as I did mention on that video that I'm not talking about the bad ones, because I did throw it out there. But this person actually thought that I should actually talk about sex tourism as well, and also as she has actually seen 12-year-olds holding hands with 60-year-old plus white men in the beach, which I will actually go into more details about child sex tourism, but not today. So please do not take this too personal, too serious or offensive, because it's just my opinion, and you guys know I don't know much. It's all based on facts that I've actually seen while I was actually on holiday in Gambia, in Senegambia, roaming around, and stories that I've heard, because I'm not one of them, and most of my friends are actually married, and some of them are actually in education. As you guys know, I've been in education for 5 years. So thank you so very much for tuning in today, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press that notification bell to see me again. Do you have anything?
Just one more thing. We hope that this will bring about a debate on the comments as well. And if you guys get any more topic you want to talk about, like you want us to talk about, more to do either with sex tourism or whatever else in the Gambia or anywhere else, just put it on the comments, and then we will do the research, and then we will talk about it. And like Rene already said, it's just our opinion and some of the things that we come across that people have got experience about, and the comment that that lady made on her on one of her videos. So try not to take it personally, and thank you again for watching and subscribing and liking in the comments. We'll wish to
I'm
see
actually here for
you.
you guys, so please keep commenting, keep requesting. And someone have actually mentioned that they want to see a tutorial of me doing my hair, so that's actually pending. That's on the way. It's just that my hair straightener is actually broken. Sorry guys.
I think they mean my hair, you know.
Actually, if you want to see tutorial of me doing his hair, please comment down
Touch
below
my
as
hair,
well.
man.
Please.
Touch my
Anyways,
hair.
thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.